I guess I've been reflecting before coming here on what I might feel, my own remembrances of other cells, obviously in Lebanon, and places where I was held myself, and what the prison would be like, and then being so impressed at going into some of the exhibits and thinking, I don't understand, and think, that really touches something that I remember. There's the thing by one of the organisers, Luminara, which is just literally well, not a bowl of flowers, but some, I think, wildflowers, a posy of wildflowers, which was inspired by her spending some time in here at night on her own, I think, and just being overwhelmed by a sense of peace. Now, I'm sure the place was, I met a couple of men who'd been here before when it was still working, and they'd come here as journalists, and they said it was an absolute cacophony of noise, hundreds of men in here, doors banging, etc., officers shouting orders, whatever. But she'd been a peaceful moment, and that struck me as interesting, because I thought, well, I remember moments of peace in my captivity, dark, late at night, and you think, God, that strikes a chord. It's not what you expect. And to have it expressed as a posy of flowers, that's completely unexpected as well. But it's that artistic imagination, and yet it touched me very directly and reflected. And another piece that really struck me, I mean, absolutely personally and vividly, was the piece by Scott Sanford called Mirror, because it just reminded me of an absolute moment of my own captivity, which I hadn't thought about for years, probably since writing a book about my experiences when I first came home. And it was suddenly there I was in this mirrored situation, much as we're sitting now in a double cell, looking at each other on these sort of obviously mattressless basic beds. And I was looking at my fellow hostage, Brian Keenan, and seeing him sitting, looking, staring back at me, and we'd just been moved into this room. And each side of it was absolutely identical, and we had this kind of strange brick frame, so that it was as if it was a mirror one was looking at, but we were looking at each other. And I thought, that's so interesting, that whatever this guy, Scott, was thinking about when he created that, he's created something, and everybody who goes in that room will sort of walk in, look at the prison, look at the bed rather than whatever, cupboard in the room, and then turn around and see themselves. Think, oh, I'm in here now. That's interesting. What does that mean? You do question in captivity. Who am I? What am I thinking? Who am I? What do I mean? What do I look like? So I remember for the first good long time in captivity, I never had a mirror. And so that sense of who am I, identity, is a big thing. So that mirror thing from Scott Sanford was important. But then the other ideas of who we are and how we think of home when you're locked up, when you're denied home. And the sense of experiencing who am I, looking at your life, past life, and thinking of things that have happened to you, things you've done, obviously perhaps prisoners here, the remorse for what they may have done, the crime, whatever they committed to be incarcerated here. So all these things sort of touch on you in a fascinating way, and it sort of just makes you think, and it's about the whole idea of what is the purpose of these